Page 16, sneaky business. This is a fast piece. There's no pedal except at the very end because we got lots of staccatos and they're important. And we'll talk about a few things here. We'll start with the right hand. Let's right there at the beginning there on page 16. The first line, when the right hand comes in, you see all those ties? Well, we'll play the first note, that A. If you look, you see that A is tied to the next A, and that's tied to another A. Because when you tie notes together, you can only do them 2 notes at a time. So they string them like that. So once you play that A down, it's going to be down for a full 2 measures. Then you play the C, and it's tied, so you're not going to play it again, and then you play the E. Kind of building the chord up, and that's what they want there. So we're building the sound, and it's medium soft. It's not loud here, it's just gentle. Second line. Now the rhythm, I'm hoping you can get the rhythm okay. Just do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and thing. And you can count it out. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and type thing. Very slowly, and you gradually speed it up. In the second measure of the second line on page 16, that is a dotted half note, obviously. The point I'm going to make is it comes up on beat 4, so make sure you hold it down for the first 3 counts. Then when you play that last quarter note in the left hand, that G sharp, that's when you raise that up. So that is that. So try and be as exact as you can in how long you hold these notes down, because it really can make a difference. Otherwise, you're just being sloppy. Don't be sloppy. Last line on page 16. Things I want to point out here are the accents. Second and fourth measures, you got accents. We want to hear that accent. So to play that last line is that. So put a little extra emphasis on that accented note. It makes a difference. You got other accented notes. Just be sure and accent them. At the top of page 17, third measure on the G sharp E, I recommend a 2-5 on that. So you're using the second finger on the G sharp. And then on the next measure, for the A, the thumb on that. This is very common fingering in piano. Just as well use it. I think that's about it for the right hand. I mean, the only other tricky stuff in it is the rhythm, and we've already tried to talk or avoid talking about that. So let's talk about the left hand. Lots of staccato, but not all. So be careful, because you want the staccato where it says to, but don't staccato if it doesn't say to. You know, there's no dots at the beginning, and these are nice light finger staccato. But then in the second line, half notes aren't staccatoed, and then in the second measure, the second line, only the first note is staccato. And watch the fingering, because it's a 3 and then a 4 on the same key. Now when you're going from the second measure to the third measure, it's slurred, except the first note of the third measure is staccato. So the last 2 measures of the second line is that. And those accidentals in the second measure, the F sharp and the G sharp, they're only good for that measure. So once you cross that bar line, it's all natural again. So watch out for that stuff. And the last line on page 16, watch the fingering in the left hand. Is 2-1, then 5-1. That's fine. At top page 17, first line, last 2 measures, watch that. You're starting with the thumb, fourth finger, and then the thumb on the A. Now here you don't have to reach the thumb under, because it's not legato, it's staccato. So you can just kind of bow, like so. And some more staccato and stuff on that page that I've already talked about on page 16. I don't want to talk about it again. The last note on the piece, on page 17 at the bottom, last measure, you have an A. That last quarter note is an A, an octave lower. It's a staccato, just come up. And lift the pedal up with it so we hear a staccato there. I'm not going to demonstrate the pedal because you're only pedaling that one thing, so you hopefully can do that. This is kind of a fast piece. I don't know that I need to demo it because you can get an idea what it sounds like, I hope. But let's play it slowly together just to check the notes and the rhythms and everything. I'm going to give us 4 counts because it's in 4/4 time, and we'll play it. So left hand's here, right hand's here, and put the foot on the pedal immediately if you're going to use it. 1, 2, ready, go. Three, 4. 4, 1 and